Welcome back to another episode of Rustmobile Garage, where I like to holler once in a while because it really screws up Zach's EQs, and I think that's funny, okay? So, this episode, you're not going to want to miss this episode, okay? For two reasons. Reason number one, we're going to knock out the firewall, finish this up, okay? And I'm going to explain to you as I'm doing this, the whole whatever that is, okay? Next, number two, we're going to drop the old big block. Yeah, you heard me. The big block is going in for the final time, we hope, along with the Tremec 6-speed that we got from American Powertrain. It was supposed to go in the wagon, but it didn't because it's going in this. Okay? Don't ask questions, just know that's what I'm doing. Okay? So, this episode is going to be action-packed. Finish this, get the motor and transmission in, and I don't know what else we're going to do. Maybe put the pedals in. You never know what we're going to do, but we're going to do some stuff, okay? But I did want to do a little recap in case you missed it, which I know you did because I didn't record it. Yeah. Last week we showed Zach, painting the underside of this thing with the old high performance paint, okay? Well, since then we painted the inside too. We didn't record it because there was a plume in here and I couldn't really get good footage, and I forgot, okay? That's what happened. But all you did was miss out on like 10 minutes of fast forwarding Zach spraying. So you just pretend. That's Zach spraying, okay? But let's get to the meat and potatoes in this thing. We will come back to this in just a minute, but let's get you inside. Okay, guys, so let's get to the inside of this car. Now, Zach made me lift the car up because he didn't want to lean over to record. God, to be 24 and whine about my back hurting. He's got a long life ahead of him. Anyways, as you can see, we painted the inside. Yeah, I mean, what do you think? Pretty epic, ain't it? Okay, so what we did was we went with red. This is red from Summit that you can't buy because we bought one red and we didn't like it. We bought another red and we didn't like it. And we bought another red and we didn't like it. So what did? We took all three reds we didn't like, put them in a pot and stirred them up. We came up with a red we like. Unmatchable. Good thing I made a gallon. And then we went with this antique white because it fits the car. I bought a gallon of other antique white, but it was really bright white and didn't look good, so we went to and got this antique white, and it looks phenomenal in here. Okay? And, we did do the monkey grass on the ceiling. Zach calls it lizard skin. I call it monkey grass. Okay? The floor is done with Raptor liner. Yeah, we Raptored the floor. You know why? Two reasons. Okay? First reason, it was easy. Second reason, if we put carpet in this car, okay, we know every seal still leaks, and we know there's still holes that protrude into the car because you remember, right? Go back to the first video, there was nothing like left of the car, and so it's going to get a little water now and then. And you know how nasty carpet gets when it gets wet and smelly? So this, wipe it up, brand new. Yeah, pretty smart, huh? You're building the rat rod. This is actually a pretty good idea. So, next, what was I going to tell you about? This right here, okay, we did paint it, but we're actually going to wrap. We're going to get some wood, and we're going to cut it out with the old Cutter Outer 2000 over there, and we're going to wrap all this in pleather, just fake leather, and do like a leather center console, and then we're going to build like an armrest here, and the shifter's going to be here, so you can give her all the shiftings, and, that's where the Holly dash is going. There's a lot going on in here that we will record, okay? So, you're not going to want to miss all that. Plus, Zach's going to make new door panels and everything. I mean, we're going to make all that out of the old Cutter-matic 2000 over there. And, sorry, I got distracted. The Cutter-matic 2000. But yeah, it looks good. He's got to cut some parts for the deck lid. And, but yeah, it's there. He can start, in his spare time, which he don't have much of right now, start the wiring process of this thing. It's there's a lot now he can do. So pretty excited about the inside. I mean, what do you guys think? I think it's pretty epic. You know, time all the pitted chrome goes back in everywhere, and we're gonna rebuild on the steering wheel. That's probably gonna be its own video. I watched some guy on YouTube do it. I bought some stuff, and I'm gonna rebuild the steering wheel. Yeah, seems legit. Okay, can you guys see good what I'm doing? Zach set you up, and you know, I can't. Wow, he always complains about me being noisy. Whew. Okay, let's start over. Hey y'all. You heard me, y'all. Hey, look, he gave me a screen to see myself. Hey, y'all, how's it going? Yeah, what y'all doing? Well, it's time to finally affix the firewall to the firewall. Now, technically, this ain't our firewall. This is actually just a trim over top of the firewall. Now, a lot of people ask me, they're like, hey, Ricky. They're like, what is that firewall? Can you give me some history on it, or what's going on with that? And I'll give you what I know, okay, which is not a lot, but it's some. This firewall actually came out of like a fancy building. Now, it came out of New York somewhere. Oh, look at that, broke drill bit. These stupid drill bits. I mean, I'll be glad when I'm through all these, because these things are horrible. I don't even know how to fix that. I need a hammer and a punch or something. Hold on, let me get some equipment. Oh yeah, I remember that hole now. That's why that broke. Sorry, it weren't drill bit's fault. Hole's a little touchy right there. Okay. Okay, back to History Class 101. So this came out of a building in New York, okay? And what building? I don't know. I doubt it was the Empire State Building, okay? I doubt that. But it came out of a building, and it would have been a fancier one. Because most buildings, when they had tin ceilings, they just did like a little narrow chrome, like a narrow piece when the tin ceiling came in, just to butt it to the wall. This would actually use this. So this was taller, and then this is some offset stuff, but this would have been along the ceiling, of course, with a lot of other stuff. And then it would have been painted with the ceiling when they painted the building. So this was, painted white, and you can still see the nail holes in it where it was originally nailed. And there's a couple little rusty holes in it. You know, she came out of a building, and then it was stripped. It was stripped of its whiteness, and then I had this dream that it would make an awesome firewall, to this awesome car. So here we are. Basically attaching it to the firewall as a decorative member of the team. Okay? Plus, it'd be a good talking point, It basically has been. Everyone who's seen it, they want to know about it. So that's it. It was part of a decorative tin ceiling out of a building in New York somewhere. It's pretty much the history I can give you. But it's pretty cool. And like this particular one, this particular pattern ain't necessarily easy to find. Like, I only found a couple of them. So it's pretty unique. Like me, I'm a relatively unique guy. Again, I'm using my red pop rivets because I like red. Goes with the car. I'm theming. I got a theme going on here. I call it the red theme. But, so I'm gonna blow some more holes in this thing and do some more pop riveting. And I guess you can watch or get fast forwarded or whatever you want to do, or and maybe that's all we'll bring you of this because it's kind of boring. And I think maybe what we need to do is move from this project to the next. Okay? That's what we're gonna do. I decided. We're gonna move that project behind me. And that's gonna be prepping Zach's motor to go in this hot rod. Well, Zach's on the back end, I'm on the front end. You can't see me, but you can hear me because that's just how it works. Zach has set up the bell housing with the plate and everything we need. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate this thing in 1/4 degree increments. He's gonna write down the number. And we're
90 degree.
Same thing. Why does the wind blow every time we get ready to do something? Ready, Zach?
Yes. She's way out. You go back to 0.
You good?
You're not at 0.
I can't see it, so.
Why don't you go on that side of the engine?
Because I got to pull up. Are we close?
Oh, yeah. Well, you're past now, but yes, we're at 0.
Well, that's what you got to holler at me and say stop. Okay. Did it go back to 0?
Yes.
Okay. So now what we got to do is the math. So.
It needs to go this way. A lot.
Well, you got to do the math on that, right?
Yeah, we got to go up 14,000.
No. We got to go up 7.
Yes. Yes, you're right. And we got to come over this way 12. Total, so 6.
6.
So we need the 7,000 dowels.
Yes.
That will get us close.
Yes. Okay.
And they need to be indexed at...
Okay, let me get those. Show these guys what we need. So we just happen to have these babies in stock. Okay. So you guys can see here. What we have is we have these dowels. They sell these. And this is 0.007 offset. And these are 0.014 offset. So the best you're going to get is 7. And then you clock them around to get what you want. So we do need to move 7 to get center. So we're going to use the 0.007 offset. And we're going to put these in at the direction we need to move this bell housing just a little bit one direction. And then we'll repeat the process. So give us a few minutes to get these in, and then we'll repeat the process. Okay, so we put in the 7s and clock them. And now we will see where we're at. You ready, Zach?
Yep, we are currently at 0.
Not that you can hear Zach. We are currently at 0. Ready?
Yep. Okay, that's 90. So we're at 0.
Okay.
And we were at 13.
Okay, we were at 13. We're now at 0. Ready for another quarter?
Right there. We are at 1.
We are at 1.
We were at 14.
We were at 14. We're now at 1.
Right there. We are at half.
We are at a half. Wow. And let's make sure it goes back to 0. Right there.
Yep, we are at 0.
We're at 0. Okay, so now what we've essentially done here is with the spinning unit of death, we've gone around, because this will be the center of the bell housing for when it bolts in, center of the transmission when it bolts in, so you have to have this plate. So we've gone around to each quarter, and now we are 0.001 over, 0.001 down here, you said? Yes. And then we are 0.0005 over here. So that means we are 0.0025 off this way and 0.0005 this way. And I think the tolerance from...
is like 1 or 2 thousandths total.
I thought it was 3.
It might be 3.
I'm going to double check. I'm going to go look on American Powertrain, but I'm almost 99% positive they're allowed 3 either way, because you can only really get 7s. So
we're almost right on the money.
We are dead. So perfect. You know what that's going to mean? It means we're not going to blow the front bearing out of that transmission.
So tapered bearings.
Yeah, tapered bearings. That's why you got to do this. So here's your little lesson on this. And now what we're going to do is take this all apart and put the clutch together and prep for...
pilot bearing first.
Well, yeah, pilot bearing, then clutch. Pilot bearing, then clutch. Then we're going to take some more measurements. We're going to have to put the bell housing back on so we can measure, and then put the bell housing on the transmission and measure, and then decide how much shims we got to add for the hydraulic throw bearing. Put that in, and then we finally mate this sucker together for the last time.
Final time.
Yep. So there you guys go. I know it's a process, and it took us an hour and a half to do this, but as you can see, it does make a big difference. Oh, maybe you learned something. I'm just saying, if you're going to run a 6-speed, you're going to want to learn this.
Or any modern train.
Yeah. If you're running an old 4-speed,
running low.
Yeah, you're running the old rock crusher, because you like doing 70 miles an hour at 4,000 RPMs, then you don't worry about it. Those transmissions don't care. They do care about 650 horsepower, though.
Yep.
So I wouldn't, but what, you do you, we do us, and we're going to get the clutch set up. So we'll be back when we have some more clutch action for you. Okay, I think you can see me pretty good.
I can't really see you, but they can see the important parts.
Okay, so you guys can see me. What we did do is we measured the shims for the throw bearing. Okay, so to do that, all you got to do is put a straight edge across here, and you measure into the clutch. You get that measurement, right? And then you take that same straight edge, you put it across this bearing, and lay it nice and tight, and you measure to the transmission. Now, according to the numbers, I believe it's between 1/8 on the short side, 1/4 on the high side is where they want it.
They want it between 0.1 and 0.2.
Say, between 0.1 and 0.2. Whatever, Zach. English. So, we ended up with, I think, 6 shims to get there. I think it was 6 shims we ended up with to get there. So we have 1/8, maybe just a tick over 1/8 is what we ended up with. Or whatever Zach's 0.823 is on that. So that's all there was for the setup for that. So the bell housing is on now. We know that the clutch is good. And Zach set it up with the pilot bearing, that in there. So that's sliding decently. So hopefully the transmission slides in decently. We'll find out. And I even got my special shirt on today. Oh yeah, I've been saving this shirt for like 2 years to the day we put this transmission in something. Yeah. Again, American Powertrain are the guys to get hooked up with if you want a Tremec, for sure. Get with Drew. Drew's my buddy over there. His contact will be below me. Okay? I think. Should be. But anyways, Drew over there, awesome to work with. And he sold me this transmission like 2 years ago. Yeah, we're finally putting it in something. Not the car that we bought it for. That crazy? It's just, however it is. But anyways, big moment for us. we've been waiting for this forever. So we're going to, everything's set. We're pretty happy with everything. At this point, Zach and I are going to pick up this transmission. We're going to wiggle it in, we hope. And if it all wiggles in like it's supposed to and bolts together, next step is in the car. So I guess, Zach. Okay, testing 1, 2, 8. Perfect. Now we're going to expire the battery pretty quick. Okay, let's push this thing back straight. Down. Down a little bit. Okay, it's pretty good. There it is. Zach, you excited? Your engine's finally going in something for now? Yes. So your Camaro's ready? Yeah, I'm pretty excited too. And we got the old 6-speed tied in behind it from, yeah, that's right. And so this thing is going to be a ripper. Now we just got to hook everything else up. And then she'll be ready for power tour. But I'm super excited. So it's in, it's bolted down. I'm going to have to lift it up. We got to drill the cross member for the transmission mount because we didn't actually place the hole of it. So I got to do that real quick. And other than that, that's it. Then I'm from here. Really, Zach has wiring to do for days when he has free time. And I have brake lines I got to work on. I don't even know what else I have to do. Fuel lines. That's right, we're going to mount a fuel pump. There's a lot to do. So this really was a small step. Plus I got to build headers. You ever build headers? Well, I'm going to take a set of headers I bought, cut them up, and make them work. Seems legit. So, but super cool, super excited. Now we're going to get to work. So we'll catch you guys in a bit with some more information of doing stuff. I just don't know what that stuff is, but look at that firewall. I'm just saying. Whew. You can definitely see it behind the engine. That is something else. Cool. Well, I'm going to get at it. It's hot. I'm turn the fan on. And I'm going to get drilling some holes. And we're going to get fixing on some